Hey everyone, welcome. SmartThings just dropped an October surprise here at the end of October, a SmartThings app update. This would be version 1.7.21 for the iOS devices, and for Android devices, it's 1.8.21.28. The iOS update was released on October 28th, and it's given us a lot of new features to unpack. I'll walk you through those features and improvements. They include things like new enhanced insights, cool enhancements for routines, improved remote experience for the Samsung TV called Quick Remote, and an automatic hub backup feature, just to name a few. Let me start by showing you a couple of the aesthetic and functional changes that I did not see mentioned in the official announcement, and then stay tuned to the end of this video when I'll explain how to get the update, and I'll also provide a very brief update on my eye condition for those that wish to stick around for that. So first off, let's look at the app appearance. Has a darker background, which I think you can see there, which helps the tile stand out. I really like that color, that depth, that darker background. Looks great. The other thing that they've done, if you go into routines, and we'll scroll down through the routines, you'll see that those routines that are set up to run locally, you can see that run local icon is a lot bigger. It makes it a lot easier to see than it was previously. So that's a very nice enhancement. In the devices screen, I don't know about you, but I had a heck of a time scrolling through this little horizontal menu bar here at the top to change the various screens. Well, now, as you know, this was a previous feature. You could swipe through the various device screens, or the rooms, if you will. So now that makes it easier for me, at least, to get through. They did make this search bar at the top a little bigger, and it is easier to use. So you have the option to either use that screen if you want to jump from one side of your devices to the other, or you can just swipe through them as you were able to do previously. So that is very nice updated. So that takes care of some of the undocumented changes that I did not see in the updates. Let's talk about some of the features that they did mention. Let's start with the Home Insights feature. Now if we go to what used to be the Favorites tab, that is in the lower left hand side, it's now called the Home tab. So in the Home tab you have Insights at the top. Now you remember the dashboard that was there previously. If you wanted to see all of those features, you had to kind of scroll through that. This now has Insights as well. What are Insights? They're basically gives you tips on how you can make improvements to your smart home. Now you have total control on whether or not you receive those insights. If you click on the ellipsis at the top, then click on the Home Insights settings, you can turn Home Insights off. When you turn that off, that dashboard completely disappears, so you don't see that any longer. So we'll turn that back on. If you want to not receive messages from Samsung for improvements to your home, you can turn that Insight messages off. The rest of these are selecting what shows up in that dashboard. So I have everything set to on right now, but say for instance you don't want to see battery statuses, or you don't want to see locks, you can toggle those on or off. And it even shows you how many devices you have in that category. This dashboard at the top here is a lot easier to navigate because you can see all tiles at once, and you can click on those to see, here's the status of all my blinds in the home, or window treatments as they call them. And in the lights section, I see where you can control brightness levels globally for those that have the dimmable ability. You can also adjust colors as well. So very nice enhancement to the dashboard there. Let's go to the Routine tab and talk about some of the changes there. So if you look at the top up here, you'll see that I added a number of tabs. These are actually routine categories. So the idea of this is if you have a certain set of categories, like maybe individual rooms, or in this case I have those routines specific to leak detection, you can put those in routine groups that you can easily access. Helps you search rather than having the former menu where you have to scroll through and try to find a specific routine. Particularly useful if you have a lot of routines. Now, one thing I discovered when I was trying to add a routine category, I hit the plus sign and I accidentally added two of the same categories, and I couldn't figure out how to get rid of the second duplicate category. So if you press and hold on these, nothing happens. So I couldn't for a while figure out how to get rid of these. The way to get rid of these is if you go to the ellipsis at the top, you'll see category in the drop-down list. Click on category, and you can turn that feature completely off if you don't want categories. Or if you click on one of these categories that were added, up at the top in the upper right, you can delete that category, or you can also go through and modify the items in that category, and then once you're done with that, you can hit save. So that's how you get rid of a category if you've added one that you decided you do not want to keep. So routine categories, nice add. I like that feature. Also, another really great feature, probably one of my favorite updates, is called daily routine. So if we hit the plus sign to add a new routine, you're going to see at the bottom a item called daily routine, and if you hit that, it's going to give you this screen. So what this is basically is you can have different things happen at different times of the day. One of the applications that I thought to use this with is your shades. So say for instance in the morning when you have morning light coming in, you want your shades fully closed. You can say at a particular time, let's say 10 a.m. when the sun comes up, I want to close my shades completely. So you can control devices, select the blind, hit next, and set the position. Then you can go back and add different shade levels at different times. And you can do this several times. There is a limit. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but there is a limit to how many different changes you can add to one specific routine. I'll show you an actual routine that I created. I had a virtual nighttime switch, I call it, that I turned on in the evening at sunset, and then I turned it back off at sunrise. And using the status of that virtual switch, I control a lot of things like my shades, my lights, number of things. So if I go into edit, you're going to see here that at sunrise I turn that nighttime switch off, and at sunset I turn that switch back on. So that took two separate routines and merged them into one. So that's another nice way that you can use this feature. So daily routines and routine categories, really nice enhancements. Let's talk about Samsung TV Quick Remote. Now this allows you to control your TV directly from the SmartThings app. You must first ensure, of course, that you have your compatible Samsung TV and that it's added to your SmartThings app. Unfortunately, I do have a Samsung TV, but it's an older TV that's not compatible with this feature. But I did provide a video link in the description that allows you to see how to set up your TV with SmartThings if you're interested in that. So if you have a compatible TV and you want to use this feature, you can tap the menu tab and then tap the cog at the top. And if you scroll down, you'll see Quick Remote in the list of SmartThings settings, and you can turn that on or off. So that's how to do that. And then of course you would add your device to SmartThings. Once your TV has been added, an on-screen virtual remote will appear that performs a variety of functions depending on your device and the status of your device. The top part of that remote will contain basic controls like power, navigation, and search. And in the lower section, there's a customizable grid for typical remote functions like volume, channel, mute, and guide buttons. I'm told you can also add your device as a shortcut to your home screen for quick access to all those remote features. So let's talk now about automatic hub backup. The automatic hub backup function automatically switches control to a secondary hub if a primary hub goes offline. So of course you have to have more than one SmartThings hub. They're building hubs into a lot of the new appliances that you can purchase from Samsung. Quoting Samsung Newsroom, hub backup enables secondary hubs to serve as backups in case of a primary hub failure. Users receive timely notifications and troubleshooting assistance with the option to designate a new hub as primary. Users can also seamlessly transfer device configurations, network settings, and routines to ensure minimal disruption to daily routines. Unquote. So that's a nice enhancement so that you don't have to manually do the hub backup. It appears that this should manage it through. I haven't heard a lot of specifics about the effectiveness of this change. I guess time will tell on that one. I'm going to talk a little bit about Matter 1.2 certification. This is not necessarily in this update, but it was something that happened in July that I haven't discussed. So I just want to make sure you're aware that the platform has been updated and certified to Matter 1.2 SDK, which stands for Software Development Kit. This allows the hub to seamlessly integrate with partner devices that support Matter 1.2. That includes refrigerators, home air conditioners, dishwashers, laundry, washing machines, robotic vacuums, smoke and carbon monoxide detectors, air quality sensors, air purifiers, and fans. Let's talk about how to get the latest app update. To do that, you want to go to the menu tab at the bottom. You want to select Notices. You want to click on the App Notice Update for October 2024. Scroll all the way down to the bottom and then tap on the link, get the latest update. Of course, I have an iOS device, so that takes me to the App Store, and you can simply download that update. Also, this article will give you some of the insights that I just covered here in a little more detail. Okay, let's go back to the home screen here. Okay, I did promise to give you a quick update regarding my eye condition. I had surgery at the beginning of October, and I followed up with my eye surgeon this past Friday. The retinal tears that I had are healing nicely. The gas bubble remains. It is very distracting, but it is getting smaller each day, and it should be mostly gone by the end of November. In the meantime, I am experiencing a reduction in visual acuity in the affected eye, some debris, that sort of thing. My surgeon assures me, though, that most of that will be resolved when that bubble completely disappears. So I just want to take the opportunity to thank everyone that reached out and expressed concern and provided some encouragement. Your kind words are very greatly appreciated. So that pretty much wraps this up. This update brings some very impressive improvements, makes the app more intuitive, reliable, and user-friendly. If you've updated the app, drop me a note in the comments. Let me know how it's going, what you think of these changes, and surely stay tuned for more SmartThings insights. Talk to you soon.